Nagas, a species that sometimes looked like humans, but were not exactly humans. Then, who were they? What did they look like? Where did they come from? Why were they regarded as guardians of the underworld in various mythologies across globe? Join me on an incredible journey as we uncover the fascinating world of these mystical creatures. They are merely found and worshipped in every ancient culture of the world, from Babylon to Persia, China to Japan, Java to Burma, Arabia, India, and many, many more. Legend has it that the Naga were powerful beings with the ability to shape shift and control the elements. In various Asian folklore, Nagas were depicted as entirely human, with snakes on the heads and necks, as common serpents, or as half human, half snake beings, and can occasionally shapeshift into human form. The image shown here is a monument at Mahabalipuram in Tamil Nadu, India. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is one of the biggest rock-cut sculpture in the world and is often referred as the Descent of the Ganges or Arjuna's Penance, depicting the three Nagas coming out from under the ground and shape-shift as they approach the ground. This remarkable sculpture from the mid-7th century AD is one of the biggest examples showcasing the existence of Nagas in the world. The relic in itself raises a lot of questions for the researchers. Though depicting a completely different story about Ganges and Arjuna's penance, why are Nagas carved at the center and are given more importance than the actual story? Think about it. They are worshipped for healing and fertility in various civilizations. The Hopi people of North America, the Mesoamerican culture, particularly Mayan from Central America and Aztec from Central Mexico, the Asclepius in Greek mythology, all viewed snakes as symbols of healing, transformation, and fertility. The biggest example is this beautiful temple on the screen, known as the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, and is the third largest pyramid at Teotihuacan, a pre-Columbian site in central Mexico. People here believed that the snake came from a completely different world and was not just the guardian of the building, but was the god itself. Later in the year 2003, during an excavation, a secret tunnel was discovered whose entrance led to galleries under the pyramid of the temple. At the end of the tunnel is a chamber representing the underworld, or a microcosm of the Teotihuacan civilization. The city was considered as one of the largest cities in the ancient world, and the temple was at the heart of the city. Why would a temple with intricately carved 260 heads of snake be dedicated to a serpent in one of the largest developed cities of ancient time? Think about it, and if you know about any fascinating facts about the temple, do share in the comment box. Nagas were considered as a powerful symbol for creation of life. People in California and Australia had myths about the rainbow serpent snake, which was either Mother Earth herself giving birth to all the animals, or a water god whose wreathing created rivers, creeks, and oceans. The protector of the universe, Lord Vishnu, in Hindu mythology, slept on the coils of the world serpent Shesha or Ananta, meaning the endless. Shesha is also considered as the primordial being of creation in Hinduism. In Chinese mythology, the women-headed snake nuwa made the first humans one at a time with clay. Greek cosmological myths tell of how Ophion, the snake, incubated the primordial egg from which all created things were born. The classical symbol of the Ouroboros, depicts a snake in the act of eating its own tail. This symbol has many interpretations, one of which is the snake representing the cyclical nature of life and death, life feeding on itself in the act of creation. The earliest cave paintings seen on the screen are about 8,000 years old. These paintings were found on the walls of the Rainbow Serpent Caves in Australia. Looking at the paintings, one can easily say that the rainbow serpents were very close to the Aboriginal Australians. As per the Aboriginal people, Rainbow Serpent created the nature. She is also credited with the creation of much of the Australia's natural wonders, including the Avon River, Mount Matilda, Wolf Creek Crater, and the Arnhem Land. Why were these paintings of rainbow snakes originating from the underworld and creating the nature were painted across the whole caves? Were these snakes genuine or were they a product of mere imagination? Snakes were considered as the guardians of the underworld. The idea of snake people living below the earth was prominent in various mythologies. Nagas, the human-headed snakes, whose kings and queens lived in jewel-encrusted underground or underwater paradises, were perpetually at war with Garuda, the sun bird. In Egyptian myth, every morning the serpent Apep attacked the sunship and would try to engulf the ship, and the sky was drenched red at dawn and dusk with its blood as the sun defeated it. In Nordic myth, evil was symbolized by the serpent Nidhogg, who coiled around one of the three roots of the tree of life and tried to choke or gnaw the life from it. In ancient Slavic paganism, a deity by the name of Wales presided over the underworld. He is almost always portrayed as a serpent who guarded the roots of the mythical tree of life. The most famous underworld snakes among all are the two brothers mentioned in Hindu scriptures such as Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc. First brother is the Sheshnag, a 1,000-headed snake depicted as a huge serpent that lies coiled and floats in space and is also the bed on which Lord Vishnu reclines in the universe. His name means the one which remains. This is because Shesha will always exist despite all the great floods that destroy everything in the universe. There is a mention of Shesha in Bhagavad Gita where Lord Krishna, an avatar of Vishnu, says, "Of the Nagas, I am Ananta." This reveals the importance of Sheshnag. The other brother is Vasuki, who is closely associated with Shiva, the Hindu deity. He is coiled around Shiva's neck like an ornament. The Naga king Vasuki is depicted with several heads. He is regarded as the king of snakes with a huge body, and he can be in various forms. He is believed to be living in Nag Loka, which is credited as a home of all the powerful snakes, where he rules over the snakes in the underworld. There are several temples in India dedicated to Shesha and Vasuki. Some of them can be seen on the screen. A beautiful village, namely the Shetpal village in Maharashtra, India, has a unique custom in which the residents live under one roof with snakes without fear. Residents not only worship snakes but also live beside them. Shetpal is a community where snakes may walk freely and no one of the 2,600 or so residents ever harms them. Cobras are welcomed as family members in every home. Neither the cobras nor the inhabitants are afraid of one another. Snakes were commonly associated with water, especially myths about the primordial ocean being formed of a huge coiled snake as in Ahivritra in early Indian myth and Jormungandr in Nordic myth. Both the mythologies share a similar story where the thunder god Indra in Hinduism and Thor in Nordic kills the snake demon. Carved stones depicting a seven-headed cobra are commonly found near the sluices of the ancient irrigation tanks in Sri Lanka. These are believed to have been placed as guardians of the water. In Tibetan Buddhism, Nagas are known as Klu and they are associated with water and cleanliness as they live in oceans, rivers, lakes and springs and do not want their environments to be disturbed or polluted. In Buddhist literature, Nagas are portrayed as guardians or owners of submerged treasure, which can be mere wealth or supernatural spiritual treasures. In Thailand and Java, the Naga is a wealthy underworld deity. In northern Thailand, the Singnavati kingdom had a strong connection with Nagas. The kingdom was believed to be built with aids of Nagas, and thus Nagas were highly revered by the royal family. The Thai government declared the Naga as the national symbol of Thailand with the aim of promoting Thai culture and traditions and increasing the country's cultural capital to drive the creative economy. The Suvarnabhumi International Airport of Bangkok, ranked 48th among the world's top 100 airports, has depicted a huge, colorful and impressive statue of the three-headed serpent Vasuki in a spectacular tug-of-war scene from Hindu mythology about the churning of the ocean between the gods and the demons. These are mere examples that prove the existence of Nagas in various cultures across the globe. Share your thoughts and some more fascinating facts about Nagas in the comment box. There are several rituals associated with snakes across the globe. The Hopi people of North America perform an annual snake dance in a form of prayer to the spirits of the clouds, the thunder, and lightning, with the hope that the rain may fall on the growing crops. In the northern western Indian city Banaras, a festival called Nag Panchami is celebrated during the rainy season to pay homage to the supernatural snakes or deities. Thousands of people gather around snake pools called Nag Kuwa that are said to lead to Nagloka, the lavish underwater world of these snake deities or Nagas. Worshippers bath in and jump from the ledges into the pools as a way to honor them and ensure that they provide fertility to the land. The Naga people were believed to be an ancient tribe and origins of Sri Lanka. The Naga tribe in Nagaland, India, believed them as their descendants. According to both the tribes, the Nagas were generally represented as a class of superhumans taking the form of serpents who inhabit a subterranean world. Texts such as Madime Kalai represent them as a person in human form. In Khmer culture of Cambodia, Nagas symbolize rain and represent a bridge between the mortal realm and the realm of Devas, gods. Furthermore, Cambodian Nagas possess numerological symbolism based on the number of their heads. Odd-headed Nagas embody masculinity, infinity, timelessness, and immortality, since all odd numbers derives from the number 1. Even-headed Nagas denote femininity, physicality, mortality, temporality, and the Mother Earth. The monument displayed on the screen is the Angkor Temple, the largest religious structure in the world, and is believed to have been built by the help of the Nagas. The temple is dedicated to Lord Vishnu, aligned precisely with the heavenly bodies and has several intricate carving showcasing some very famous stories from Hindu mythology, including cosmology and numerological aspects and statues of Nagas. Nagas in South Asia, Nakash in Israel, Serpent in Bible, Seraphs in Judaism, Glycon in Rome, and several other names or identities. Sometimes good, sometimes evil, but according to the ancient text, the Nagas have been monumental in raising the consciousness of the human race since the beginning of the earth. This may be the reason why one finds temples or statues of snake gods all over the world as a mark of respect to their contribution to the earth and the human race. If you liked my content, then please do like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you all soon. Until then, keep learning and don't forget to know your history. Namaste.